When it comes to defending against oncoming missiles, laser weapons could provide a precise way to target and destroy from aboard a vehicle or ship. Laser weapons can defend against a mortar, which does not have a guidance system, or against a sophisticated drone. They travel at the speed of light and can be tuned to produce as little or as much damage deemed appropriate for the situation. In addition, they have a low capacity for collateral damage, since the size of the beam is so small and precise. A new US Army laser has more in common with Star Wars blasters than anything currently used by the military, firing a stream of bullet-like pulses of light that hit the target with explosive effects. With their practically unlimited ammunition costing about $1 a round combined with the ability to strike distant targets at the speed of light, laser weapons are a very attractive option for war planners. However, don't expect to see soldiers marching across battlefields with ray guns unless the laws of physics get repealed. Instead, the US Army and others are looking to lasers that can be mounted on mobile platforms to act as standoff defenses against threats like drones, rockets, artillery, and mortars. The US Navy fielded its 30-kilowatt LAWS laser in 2014, and since then an arsenal of new lasers with 50, 100 and 150 kilowatts of power have been developed on aircraft, ships and ground vehicles. All of them produce a continuous beam that has to be maintained on the target until it melts or burns a hole. The period waiting for the beam to do damage is known as dwell time, and is typically a matter of seconds. Obviously, it presents a major targeting challenge, one reason why the preferred targets are drones and cruise missiles that do not take evasive action. LAWS begins with an advantage no other weapon ever invented comes even close to matching. It moves, by definition, at the speed of light. For comparison, that is 50,000 times the speed of an incoming ICBM. The US Army's tactical ultra-short pulsed laser for Army platforms is different, producing a series of short but extremely powerful pulses rather than a continuous beam. To add to the sci-fi flavor, unlike invisible infrared lasers currently in use, the pulses may also be visible. The weapon will fire up to 50 pulses a second. The program builds on previous military pulsed laser developments like the non-lethal SCUPLS, a prototype device generating detonating balls of plasma. Ultra-short lasers produce pulses with a duration measured in femtoseconds, a femtosecond or a million billionth of a second. And while their overall energy may be small, the power level for that brief duration is extremely high. The Army want a minimum of a terawatt, 1 million megawatts, with a goal of 5 million megawatts. Ultra-short pulsed lasers this powerful exist already, but are the size of a shipping container. The Army want one rugged and compact enough for a light vehicle. In a test around this time last year, the Navy used a solid-state laser, technology maturation, SSLTM, laser weapons system demonstrator, LWSD, Mk2 Mod 0 from the amphibious transport dock ship USS Portland, LPD-27, to shoot down an unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, during tests. The US Army, Air Force, and Navy all have applications and equipment for laser systems today. In 2020, Army leaders announced they will be testing 50-kilowatt lasers mounted on Stryker-wheeled combat vehicles. Built by two subcontractors, Northrop Grumman Corp. and Raytheon Technologies Corp., and prime contractor Chord Technologies, these directed energy maneuver short-range air defense systems, or DMSHORAD, will begin testing this summer. The Navy's littoral combat ship USS Little Rock has a 150-kilowatt laser weapon, Likely Lockheed Martin's $150 million high-energy laser and integrated optical dazzler and surveillance, Helios, or the Surface Navy Laser Weapon System, SNLWS, Increment 1, making it the fourth Navy ship with such a system. This was a relatively easy meeting of ship and system, since both were made by Lockheed Martin. While some of these laser weapons are offensive, others are dazzlers, made to confuse and blind sensors on other ships, aircraft, or flying missiles. These can burn out a vehicle's cameras without pursuing an aggressive action. The guided missile destroyer USS Dewey, for example, has been fitted with a weapon that is known as Odin, or optical dazzling interdictor. This essentially blinds drones and causes them to crash. Helios can do both, combining dazzler capabilities with actual destruction. Helios is a 60 kilowatt laser system. Helios is billed as a weapon that can burn small speed boats of the type Iran deploys in armed swarms, and can torch unmanned aerial vehicles out of the sky. Helios has a long-range intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capability. There are some limitations as to what system can go on what ship, naturally. Not all ships can support the 150 kilowatt class systems. This is just one of the areas in which implementing laser weapons is a process in flux, as the Navy and other branches and manufacturers work on making integration with existing vehicles practical. In a 2021 report, the Congressional Research Service named one of the use cases for lasers on ships as potential combat situations against adversaries, such as China, that are armed with large numbers of missiles, including advanced models, and large numbers of UAVs. Lasers could solve two problems of combating missiles and unmanned aircraft: restricted amounts of ammunition for surface-to-air missiles and Gatling guns, or unfavorable costs. Since solid-state lasers are powered by electricity, they could be fired indefinitely as long as the ship and the laser are operating properly. They also cost less and can defend against small boats and UAVs that might otherwise take from the pool of limited ammunition. Solid-state lasers ideally can counter fast-moving targets with precision, and offer the variability to be used for different responses, from simply monitoring targets to causing major damage.